Okay, here we have another one, power of a quotient rule. That says if n is a positive integer, I keep putting that on there, don't I? I need to go back and change that. And a and c are real numbers, then a over c raised to the n is the same thing as a to the n over c to the n. Now c can't be 0. If c is 0, we have a 0 denominator, and that's not allowed. So that would just be undefined from the get-go. But let's talk about why this is happening here. Let's start out with something fairly small, like x over y, and let's square it. Remember, what it means to square something is that we have to take it and multiply it to itself. So this would be x over y times x over y. Now this is just multiplying fractions. And if you'll remember, your multiplying fraction rules say multiply straight across the top and straight across the bottom. So that would be x squared over y squared. This is what's really happening. Now, we can also look at this and say this is a quotient, so we could make sure that both the numerator and the denominator get the power, which is another valid way of looking at it. So let's look at a couple of examples here. Our first example, we have r over s raised to the 9th power. So here we have a simple quotient, just a single item divided by a single item. So we can take and distribute sort of that power to both the numerator and the denominator to end up with r to the 9th over s to the 9th. That one was not bad at all. Now for the next one, we might have to do a couple of steps because we don't have a simple quotient. We don't have just a single number or letter over a single letter or number. Here we actually have 3 factors or 3 things being multiplied in this numerator. Well, remember, according to the rule, both the numerator gets the power and the denominator gets the power. So if I were going to simplify this sum, then I would have to say, well, the numerator gets the power, and also the denominator gets the power. Now, this numerator here is actually a product, 3 things being multiplied together, or 3 factors here. So each one of those gets the power also. So this would technically be negative 2 squared x squared and z squared over y to the 5th squared. And now we can simplify even further. Negative 2 squared would be negative 2 times negative 2, which is positive 4. And x squared would just be x squared. Z squared would be z squared over, here we have a power raised to a power. So in that case, we're supposed to multiply. So y to the 5 times 2 power, which would be y to the 10th. Can you see that we're going to start intermingling all of these rules? It's extremely important that you have each one of them down pat.